Hello, this is Spidey1958, and welcome to my brand new Let's Play, Eco. And basically I played this a little on servers and that, and there wasn't any good videos out there that sort of explain it because it's a very different game. So I decided I'd go ahead and play it single player because everything's much faster. You get the experience like 24 times faster. But it is a grindy game, which isn't bad necessarily. So we're going to go ahead and start and actually go through the tutorial and all that stuff. Ooh, I see some otters out there playing in the water. It's a very beautiful game. It's sort of a slightly more grindy version of Minecraft. You have 30 real days of time to save your planet from an asteroid that's going to hit it. And you have to start with the primitive tools you start with and build up the technology to build super lasers capable of blowing up the asteroid. And that it's like I said, it's designed for servers, so has a lot of specialties and stuff. And on a server, you get experience so slow that no one could specialize in everything. Single player, you get experience like 24 times faster. So you still won't be able to probably specialize in everything, but you'll be able to get enough specializations probably to get through the game. Why did that tree suddenly pop up? Anyway, so it's already becoming night, and this game is notoriously dark at night, which I dislike, and you can't sleep through the night. So I may have to fudge with settings and stuff like that. So first of all, we've got our little quest here. So first thing we need to do is tap to toggle our mouse cursor off and on. Then you use the keys A, S, W, and D, and you use that to look around. And then you press space to jump. Why aren't you registering that I used the keys? There you go. Apparently I didn't go far enough. So you get to see the whole world on a map. And I've sort of been looking the map over. Dang it. Sometimes it won't let you. I haven't quite figured out why. Sometimes you can't. You have to tab before you can zoom. So there's biomes, desert stuff. A lot of stuff that you're already used to. We want to head here. So from the direction we want to go sort of that way. So we're going to have a lot of swimming. Which you can do. Swimming's pretty easy. So it's annoying with that flashing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stop the video, and once I get to land... Oh no, it stopped flashing. Okay. There's the asteroid we're supposed to look at, I think. We haven't got that quest yet. But oh, maybe those are just stars. I think those are just stars. There we're flashing again. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. I'll be back in a second. Okay, we're on dry land. And let's check our map again. We want to head... I want to build my city base right in here, I think. I think that gives me access to trees. I think that is sandstone. There's sand there in the desert. And hopefully we will find some foods on the way. So. Oops. You do tab to switch behind, and it's right next to the escape key, so knowing my clumsy fingers, you will probably see me more than once doing that. Hopefully it shouldn't be too dark. Let me go ahead and adjust some settings here. Graphics. Let's take the brightness up a bunch. And let's turn up the illumination. Okay, so night now sort of looks like day, but I really don't want you guys not being able to see what's going on during the night, so. You still won't be able to see in the forest. It gets really dark in the forest. It's one of the reasons I don't want to build in the forest. Okay, we're still going roughly the right direction. Not all, until you complete the tutorial, some pieces of it you don't have access to. Oh, and we can pick up some food on the way, because these are edible. Well, the fruits from them are. Food is a real issue in this game, which I'm hoping... Oh, there's some. Tomatoes. Tomatoes are the best food in the world. Because the bushes don't, you can harvest them and the bushes come back. Or reharvest or whatever. And this orange stuff is sandstone, very important. The only stones you can... Ooh. Big deer. Oh, got a level up. So I have 3 new specialties. I was hoping to find more foods before I got... Where am I? I went too far. So here's where we wanted to be. Okay. Back. Oh, corn. We found corn. It's not ripe enough to harvest. Oh, there some is. Corn actually gets destroyed when you harvest it, unlike tomatoes. And blueberries. And there are quests that we'll have to do where we need to make certain things. So, and there's beets. Okay. So I think this is a good area right in here. So we're going to go ahead and go into our backpack here. Let me show you. The next quest you get is setting up your camp. So we'll open up our backpack. Take out our tent. And do our initial claim. So we will claim right there. Okay. Now it's going to talk to us about food. Wants us to collect, we've collected corn, beets, and tomatoes. We need to collect huckleberries. So let's go ahead and do that next. Just sort of following the quest and progression. This isn't necessarily the big thing, but this will get us through a lot of your basic stuff. So if we go to map, environmental data, show in the world, go to, whoops, not plant group, plant. And we want huckleberry. So there are huckleberries over there, where the purple is. And this world is circular and does have day and night. I don't know if you run fast Someone raised the question, if you run fast enough, can you keep it always day? And I don't know. I have not tried it. There are lots of stones, but with stone tools, the only stone you can harvest is shale, which is mostly found in jungles. And sandstone, which is what that orange stone all around us is. Okay. You say there are huckleberries here. Yay, we've gotten some wild huckleberries. Well, that's fern spores. That's huckleberries. That's ferns. Okay, so we've completed that quest. And one of these quests is really hard to do, so you don't have to finish it before you can go on and do other stuff. More sandstone. More beets. Farming's probably important in this game because of food, but I've never figured out how to farm yet, so we will have to see. Okay, so the next quest is to actually just eat some food. So it's going to unlock our calories and nutrition. This one's weird because you get an experience multiplier based on how well you're fed and the number of food groups you have in your diet, as well as how good your house is. So I sort of really like the idea. So right now I'm equal in all the food categories. So it's giving me plus 100% skill. So you have your carbohydrates, your protein, your fat, and your vitamins. Fat is almost impossible to get unless you kill animals. So, and they simplified it, 25% of each gives you your optimum bonus. And basically, as you use calories, it shrinks. When it gets too small, you can't work. And then you have to eat. As far as I can tell, you can't die in this game, so there's that at least. So we need to eat something. Let's eat a tomato. There, we ate one tomato. So we've eaten everything with food, so we're going to ignore that quest and go on. So the next one is we're going to open our tent. Let's go ahead and... Our tent actually has a small amount of storage. There are two types of storage. There's basically stockpile, which is where your big things like wood and that are, and then your little things that can fit in the backpack go in like your other storage. So we want to get out the claims. Oh, we need to move some of this stuff in. Oh, we better put it in the backpack. We'll put the food in the backpack and the seeds we'll put in here. We actually got some extra tomatoes that were in there to give us some food to begin with. And we need you. What to do? And corn seeds. Okay. So we can basically claim 8 pieces of land. So this is our authorization. It's by default named Spidey 007berg. And we can add users in that. This is all stuff for your multiplayer. Single player, not a big thing. Actually, the single player can still have like 2 of your friends in it, so it's not 100% single player only. Okay. So the next thing that it wants us to do is navigate to our storage, drag the stone axe out. Oh, it didn't have us go through the other. Okay. I will show you how that works, but first I'll drag out the stone axe. Apparently ferns make a good food. Okay. So we'll show you what this does, and we will get rid of that quest. This is how you claim stuff. You notice that that's already claimed. What you do is you just right click and it uses some of your claims, which in a single player game really doesn't do anything for you. But since mostly you're going to be playing this on a server, I will show you this part. And there we used all our claims up. So we will go ahead and put our friend here into our backpack because we are done with him for the time being. So now it wants us to go and cut down a tree, I bet. Chop a tree down until it falls over, chop the felled log into pieces, pick them up, put them in the stockpile. Okay. So it's very similar to Minecraft, except you can only do it with an axe. Actually, it's very different than Minecraft. But like Minecraft, one of the first things you're going to do is chop a tree, which I then carefully drop right on top of my tent. Oh well. And then you just chop it into pieces. You can hold 20, and if you know, you're actually assumed to be holding these basically in your hand and carrying them around. And then you also get these, which give you seeds and tree pulp, which there's multiple uses for. Oh, I'm at my 20. Doesn't take long. And if you're not using a stockyard, you can basically put them down anywhere you want. Oh, apparently I'm at max capacity. Okay. So the next thing they want us to do here Crafting is done through a system called work orders. Basically, you start something working, you go off, and it takes time to do it, and when you come back, after enough time's gone by, it's done. But you get experience for that, sort of like smelting. You can actually request stuff more than you have ingredients, so you can get ingredients, stuff like that. So we want to open the tent here and build a workbench. That should mean there's enough room for me to put my wood in there now. Just realized I probably don't have any room in the storage. Let's take our shovel. We'll need it. And we might as well take this tool because we'll need that and this. And that is what we wanted. So the only two things we can craft in here is basically the workbench and a campfire. So we'll go ahead and place down our workbench. There we go. And these are all the things we can make in our workbench right now. So, oh, now you're coming up with declaiming land. I already did that, so you're going to have to go away. I already did you. So we want to do a bunch of hewn logs. So let's go ahead and go here. And we want to just queue up as many as we can. As you can see, almost all our wood disappeared because it's all being used for that. Because we're going to have to figure out where we're going to build a house out here. But while we're doing that, let's go ahead we're going to take our pick here and go get some sandstone. Which I cleverly made my camp right next to. Except that's not sandstone. That is iron. This is sandstone. Now, I should mention this is alpha software. It seems to be very good, very stable from what little I've played, but it is alpha, so there can be bugs and there can be major adjustments. They recently changed the skill system majorly. Okay. Now we probably want some more wood because we're going to need it for something here. So, and you can get rid of stumps, which we will do ultimately by just basically chopping on them for a while and chopping them out. You don't get anything for it, but you get rid of the stump. The bigger the tree, the longer it takes. Those big trees like that take a very, very long time, but you get a lot of wood out of them. Oh, we only got 19 wood. May not be enough room in our stock for it. There isn't. So what we'll do is we'll set it down to the side here. But like I said, if you set it down manually, you set it down one piece by a time, which has its advantages sometimes. And it does, the piling does defy physics. Okay. So let's collect our hewn. For some reason we can only hold 15 of those. And while that's working on that, we're going to go ahead here and we need to get the wood in there, and we need to make stone. So what you do to make stone is you take and process the sandstone into just normal stone. And it's pretty fast to do. So now that we got these special hewn logs, we're going to take this, because if we hold down the shift key and move this, we can make it into various things. So we're going to go ahead and do walls. That's not a wall. That's a wall. So we'll start laying out our house, and we'll build it, start it here. And to be an actual house, it has to have a complete roof, and it can only have like a doorway or one square windows. So it's very picky about, whoops. Yeah, I guess that's how wide we're making it. And you just use this special hammer to put them down. It's actually one of the easier of the building schemes I've seen. And we'll put our door right there. Okay. So we need more wood. Now you can ultimately build stuff like trucks and lasers and big giant cranes, and in fact you want to build fancier buildings to get more experience, and a lot of your fancy processing stuff has to be indoors. So a lot of your work tables and all your machines have to basically be, that don't make sense to be outside, have to be inside. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead, build a campfire. Which takes 1 minute. And we're also going to go here. Oh, we don't have enough stone. I'll have to go get some more stone. That's iron. So we will process our stone. And you can request more than you get. So now we should have our campfire here in storage. And let's set our campfire right here. This is how you initially cook your foods. So let's go grab some logs from here. Now let's grab 5 logs. Oh, come on. So we need power, which is basically fuel. So we will throw logs in for our fuel for our campfire. Then we have crafting. So let's go ahead. And if we cook our potato or our tomatoes, we basically get almost twice as much calories out of them. So we'll go ahead and start those, but they do take a long time to cook. Like 3 minutes for each tomato. So it's something you just start and let leave. So, but we're at that wrapping up point. So as always, if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and give me a like or a comment. And let me know if you guys, if I get enough likes or enough views in that, I'll go and do more of these. If no one's really interested in them, I won't do any more. So as always, if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and give me a like or a comment. And if you disliked the episode, leaving me a dislike's fine. But please leave a comment saying why you disliked the episode. As always, this is Spidey1958, and have fun gaming.